I'm Tony Coccagna, and welcome to the Coach Tom McConnell Show. I'm here with IEP women's basketball coach Tom McConnell, whose team is 19-2 overall, 14-2 in the PSAC, and back in first place in the West Division. The Crimson Hawks are coming off a pair of wins last week, winning at Slippery Rock and then beating Gannon here at home on Saturday. Coach, the Slippery Rock game, you got down early, and you have to win them all kinds of ways, and that one you kind of had to grind it out.
Yeah, that was a really good road win for us against a good team that plays really well there. I was really proud of our team. We were coming off a loss to Mercyhurst. We got down early, so there could have been some, opportunities to waver or get down, but not our group. They didn't flinch and continue to fight back, and I thought really gave a great effort and played good basketball, especially, in the second half, and was able to get stops. And, we got great production, I thought, that night from a variety of people. But Audrey and Maura came off the bench for us and really sparked us and, gave us a lot of scoring. So that was really good to see. We walked out of there feeling that it was, one, a toughness win mentally and physically, and a really good team win.
I wanted to ask you about Audrey. It's her old school, and sometimes in a situation like that, you want it so bad that you come out and just try too hard. But she kind of just let it come to her, didn't she?
She did. She's a veteran. She handled it beautifully. But you're absolutely right. Sometimes when you go back to a place that you've played or worked before and everything, you kind of, want it sometimes a little too much. But she didn't do that. She just, let the game come to her, as you said. She shot the ball really well, defended, and she shared the ball. I thought it was a game where, and somebody shared this with us, that it was great to see, and they said they hadn't seen in a long time, where 5 players all touched the basketball every trip down the floor. And so I thought that was a real credit to our team, and Audrey was a big part of that. They were just sharing the ball, finding each other, and it's really hopefully something that we will continue to build on, because we are at our best when we do that.
Then you come home to play Gannon. It's a close game at halftime. Defensively, you guys really turned it up in the second half, and that got you through that one.
Yeah, we challenged our team at halftime, thought we were on cruise control a little bit too much in the first half. We allowed some easy baskets. We allowed 3 open rhythm 3-point shots unchallenged and everything. So, but I really thought it was a great team effort in the second half. One of the things that we always do is, we've talked about this before, is we assign Hallie Denman to the other team's top perimeter player. Well, for Gannon, that's Maggie Mitchell. She came into the game averaging 17. She's really a good player, special player. She had 0 first half points and 4 for the game. And so we also do a lot of switching, so when our players switched on to her, they did a great job as well. So we held them to 4 third quarter points and 15 for the entire half. And that's quite a feat against a really good team like Gannon to be able to do that. So it was a great defensive effort, and we were able to create some points out of our defense. When we're getting stops, when we're rebounding the ball, we're able to run and get some things in transition. And I thought we did a great job of finding each other, on the break. And then the other thing with the Gannon game is, I thought to start the second half, Megan hit a couple big threes to give us some separation. And then when the game was still in question down the stretch, she kind of took the game over a little bit and had a couple good drives and was able to extend the lead for us.
It's been kind of a recurring theme, Megan coming out and hitting a couple big threes for you.
Senior, confident, hungry. Knows that this is her time, and she's put in the work, and and so it's really a great thing to see when a player has that look in their eye, like, I want the ball, give me the ball, I know I can do this. And so you need that. We talked last week about it's the second time through for us through league play, and so everybody knows your plays. Well, who can make plays? Who are the playmakers after you've stopped their initial action. And so it was really great to see her do that.
Pitt-Johnstown coming in on Wednesday, a team that can score. What do you have to do coming out in that one?
Well, if you're going to have any type of success against Pitt-Johnstown, you better lock it up and play some good defense because, as you mentioned, they can score the basketball. They have their center is a four-year veteran, four-year starter, all-conference player, Olivia McCabe, who, can really score the basketball. But their trademark is they really shoot the three, so you've got to be able to defend the three-point line against them. And the other thing they do is they'll press you, and they'll make you work to get that basketball up the floor. So we've got to do a good job against their press and not allow what happens back here to impact what we want to do in the half-court game.
The bye week on Saturday, no game Saturday. Is it coming at a good time, especially when you have 3 games coming up the following week?
We'll make it a good time. You know what I mean? We're kind of banged up a little bit, so I think the rest will do us good. But players love that rhythm, of playing every Wednesday and every Saturday. But we have 3 games next week because our first game with Gannon was postponed due to the snow. So we'll use it as an opportunity to get some rest, get healthy, maybe put in a couple new things that as we go through the second time that people haven't seen. So you take whatever the schedule presents and you really try to make the best of it, and that's what we'll do with this.
It's February. March is right around the corner. You want to be playing your best basketball at this time of year. How are you guys doing in that regard?
I think we're getting better. We addressed, every week we talk about we want to get better and we want to grow. And there were some things with the rebounding, defending Mercyhurst's out of bounds play that we didn't do particularly well that Saturday up in Erie. And we came back and we addressed those things, and I thought we rebounded the basketball much better. And we were much more efficient at guarding their out-of-bounds plays. We always talk about we want to win the battle of scoring when the clock is stopped. And I thought our players were really hooked up and, it really grew this week and, met the challenge of, bouncing back and, turning what was a setback into, something that's very positive.
Yeah, you guys, it seemed like you put it behind you pretty quickly, the Mercyhurst game coming off of that one. And then
yeah, and I think this group that's a great trait that they have, that they're able to do that. We have good leadership with Lauren, Megan, Audrey, and Hallie, and they know that you can't get too high, you can't get too low. You just look at the next challenge that's out there, and and so that's what they've done.
I wanted to ask you about one of your assistant coaches, Kelly Mazzani. She was a great player at Penn State. She was an All-American, still holds some Penn State and Big Ten records, played professionally in the WNBA. What's she bring to your program?
She's tremendous. Outside of being, a tremendous basketball person, she's just she's more than an assistant coach to me. She's a very close friend, confidant, and we've really worked well together over the last couple of years. I think our players really enjoy her. They respect her. When she has something to say, they know from all the experiences that she's had at Penn State, the WNBA, and playing professionally in Europe, that there's it means something. And so she's been a huge help that way. She's really impacted our program. I think when recruits and families come on campus, they really enjoy her. And I always say this about her, as great as a player as she was, she's an even better person. And so I think we're very fortunate to have somebody who's a good basketball person, but just a great role model for young women.
How'd you get her here?
It's a great story. Great story. We were looking for an assistant coach, and it just so happened that she was looking to get into coaching. This was during the summer. She was coaching an AAU team, and I'd gone through the process of interviewing people, and I was literally a day or two away from offering the job to somebody when a friend of mine told me that she was looking, she was available, and I said to that person, I said, if she's interested, have her call me. And we met within the 24, 48 hours, and by the end of the week, she was our new assistant coach. It was just an instant, you knew that this was a good fit, and this was going to be somebody that was going to make a difference for our program.
Another thing on Wednesday night, they're honoring some of the outstanding teams from IUP in the past semester. And then afterward, it's Faith Night, and if the fans want, they can stay and enjoy that too. And I believe you're taking part in that.
Yep, Scott Wigner, who, and along with his wife Liz, are coordinating Faith Night, and after the men's game, they're going to let the crowd, clear out, whoever wants to clear out, and I think 15 minutes later, we're going to have some athletes and coaches, share a little bit about how their faith has impacted their athletics. We have some really great young people who are very committed, and I'm really looking forward to hearing them share their story. And it's not just in our team. I've had the privilege to go to FCA and, be a part of that and just witness some of these young people share and what they're about. They're amazing. And so I'm really looking forward to them, to being a part of that and hearing what they have to say. And so I think it should be a really good night.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate you joining us. Good luck this coming week.
Appreciate it. Can I give, before we go, 2 shout-outs?
You sure can.
Okay. One, I want to shout out to our player, Anna Holland, who is having her ACL surgery this morning. And so we miss Anna out on the floor. We miss her at practice. We miss her work ethic. We miss her impact. We miss her sense of humor. And she just really is a big asset to our team. So she's having ACL surgery this morning, and we know that, I want her to know that we're with her, and I want her to feel the love of her teammates and her coaches and the fans in this community, and we can't wait for her to, get back out there next year or the year whenever it is, and, resume playing what she loves to do. And then the second one, yesterday was the Super Bowl, Tony, and I rooted with interest, and I thought I'd never say this, but I was rooting for the Eagles. I was rooting for the Eagles.
I think you're not the only one.
Because Tom Donahoe, who's an IUP grad, coached football at my high school, Seton LaSalle, is the director of scouting and, college evaluations for the Eagles, and somebody that I've grown really close to, been a mentor of mine. I'm a big fan of his, and so I was rooting for him. He not only he was with the Steelers for a long time, and I just really glad to see him do well, and just at this point in his career, be able to, call himself Super Bowl champion. So he's made us all proud, and here at IUP and in Pittsburgh. So we're happy for him.
Okay, Coach. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week again.
Thanks, Tony.